morning, everybody. Today's video, we got two things to talk about. One is, if you see raindrops on me, I had just sat down, turned the camera on, and I heard a vehicle outside, and I thought, something getting delivered? What in the world? And yes, a package just got delivered onto the back porch. So, I know what it is. It smells like it got doused in machine oil or something. So I'm going to be mad if something has leaked out on this. But I ordered a mystery jelly roll from Missouri Stars. And yes, I'm telling you, it smells like something leaked all over. I don't see anything that's leaked all over, but it smells like it. So here are the cute little chicks, or these stickers, because if there's stickers, they're going on my notebook. They're all the same, but I'll just put one on my notebook. So it came in a little just plastic mailer. And it says, celebrating 15 years, keep calm and quilt on. Thank you, Shannon. Love this card. Show us your quilting pride. Snap a photo of your latest project. Missouri Star Quilt Company. Show and tell online. So, yeah. I'm like, am I holding that up right? Oh my gosh. Yes, it's going to be one of the mornings. Ooh. It's an Island Batik, and I have nothing like this. Nothing. Rainbow Celebration Batiks, Island Batik, the best from Bali. I have nothing like this, and look how pretty this is. I'm going to tilt it so the lights are not glaring on the plastic. Wow. Okay. That's awesome. That would be pretty for this summer. And you know what, guys? I might give this to one of you guys. The plastic is open at the top. I don't know why. Maybe I just cut it when I opened the package. Did I just cut that when I opened my package? I didn't think I did. But okay, it doesn't smell. It must have been on the plastic. Something was on that plastic, but I'm going to let it sit for a day and see if that smell, if it was this or just the plastic. I don't think it's this, because this is not, I don't smell it as much. This will go in the thank you gift. That's really pretty though. So yeah, they had mystery jelly rolls for $29, or let's just say $30. So there we go. I have your bag actually sitting back here with goodies in it. And that will be coming up soon. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is binding a quilt. So you guys know I just got this quilt back from the long arm, and I was totally my plan was to use my backing. As you can see, I've already shortened up. I haven't trimmed it, but I just kind of shortened it up to make it manageable. To take my backing, fold it again, and just, that was going to be my binding. So my long arm lady said I did put in a basting stitch across one end just to hold everything together. Got it loaded. So I was breaking out that basting stitch, and I poked 2 holes in it basically. The holes would not have been detrimental to the quilt, but they would have been to my binding because I'd have to fold it over. There was a hole. So I saw the first one and I thought, there's a tiny hole, I can fix that. I always say take your lemons and make lemonade. So I put in this cute little handmade label right over the holes in the center. Just hand stitched it on, and I did use a little bit of fabric glue to make the tag a little bit stiffer. And hand stitched all the way around it. But then I noticed as I was hand stitching it, I saw another one. And now I don't remember where I saw it, but it's really close in this area. But I know I saw another one, and I thought, well, that is just not gonna work. So plan B. we are going to completely cut and trim around this quilt. And I want to turn you guys down and show you exactly what I'm going to do. And this is how I would do it if I was doing regular binding, which is what we're going to do. And we're just going to start with an edge. Like I said, I've already kind of trimmed the bulk off to make this easier to handle. So I'm going to come down here to the end. And I had left about 1/4 of an inch binding all the way around, just to give that backing a little something to come over with, you know, and have a little something there. We're not doing that now, plan B. So I'm going to take my ruler and we're just going to trim along this edge of my quilt and just kind of square everything up. It ain't got to be perfect. Just, you know. And I'm going to save as much as this as I can, because if it's wide enough, I will use it for binding strips. I've done that before. And we just go around this whole thing just like that. And I'm going to trim to the edge. So I will be doing that, guys. How is your day going? It is rainy here. It is dreary. We've had some high degrees of like 80 the last couple days, which makes you think, hey, where did autumn go? All right. That wasn't thick enough, but it might be. Let me just, like I said, I will go back through and save whatever I can save. And we'll use it to make my binding. But I have a lot more of this gingham because I bought extra. But that's what I'm going to do. So once I get this trimmed up, I'll bring you back, show you my next step. Okay, so to make it easier for myself, I have trimmed around the whole quilt. This is yardage that I had left. This is not what come off the quilt. This is just some yardage I had left, and I went ahead and cut it all into 2.5 inch strips. And some of it has already been pieced where I did the back. Like this one is pieced. If they're pieced, I will iron that seam open, because it's not like a bias seam, it's a straight seam. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit that with a little hot iron. The whole thing will get ironed, but and I'm just going to sew a bunch of these together and iron the sections open and make it as long as I can. I'm not even really going to measure because I can always add more to the end. But yeah, these are just cut 2.5 inches. I use my 2.5 inch ruler, like I said, just to make it easy for myself. And I'm just going to sew these together and make me a long chain, and then I'll come back and show you how I prep it. So now I have a massive amount of 2 inch, we'll just say chain ribbon. I'm going to go through and iron this whole thing. Okay. I'm going to iron the whole thing. So I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me iron this whole thing. Just try to get it kind of smooth. We're going to get the wrinkles out. Not that there's that many wrinkles in there, but any creases, and just mainly hitting these seams right here. That seam didn't want to do. It's all right. We'll make it do. Hot. She is hot. Take my, there we go, finger and just smush it. It's got to cool down a tiny bit. That's scalding. Just got a little wrinkle in it right there, so I'm just going to press that down with my finger. And I'll go over it again. That's better. And yes, we're going to iron it again. We're going to iron it in half and then iron it over itself. So to do that, let me just get these few seams. And usually when I'm not sure, because I'm terrible at math, guys, I'm not going to sit here and figure out the this, that, this, and it's this long. I need to times up by this. I will lay my quilt out on my bed and I will take what I have and go around it, and if it's long enough, hey, good. If I need to add some more, then I add some more. But I've got some things laying on the bed, and Lulu was laying on the bed, which is rare. So I am just making a very long chain, and we'll just go from there. I mean, I'm not going to stress. It's all going to get done. I worked 7 days. We had some managers things come up. See, like right here is going to be 2 seams really close together, but it's okay. It is okay. Think, is that the one more, couple more? This, if this is not long enough, something's wrong. Something, see, this one's really wrinkled right here, so I'm going to iron that a little bit better. Okay, we're about to the end. All right, so when it's time to bring you guys back to do the folding, I'll show you how we're going to fold it. Okay, I'm to the ends, and I have ironed my seams open. So now I'm going to fold this in half and just iron down the half. We're going to do that the whole length of this chain. Just fold it in half. Easy, right? Just time consuming. And yes, my gingham is not going to be straight. It would have been straighter if it, you know, had just folded over the side. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Like I said, make lemons out of lemonade. But just fold it over in half. And press it down. I take my fingers and just kind of press it down. Then I'll take my iron. Press it down. And you can pick it up and move it like that. And then I'll just pull it along. Pretty easy. This is the easy part. It's making the binding. Yeah, I worked 7 days straight. The There's managers meetings. There was a conference in Asheville, so we drove to Asheville yesterday. Another one of the managers carpooled with me. I drove. It's fine. I love driving to the mountains. Usually I prefer letting my husband drive so I can do the looking around. That was a seam, so I just let that sit there for a little extra second. But yeah. And this one, actually, I had to take, was it this one I took apart? Had some extra strings kind of floating around for cleanup. So yeah, drove to Asheville, North Carolina, past the Biltmore House sign. I was like, oh, wish we was going to the Biltmore, not to a manager's meeting. And the girl I was, that was riding with me, she's never been to Biltmore. So I was like, you've got to go, especially this time of year. You've got to go. So I'm off for a couple days. We'll be in the sewing room. I still have some more cleaning and decluttering to do in here and in the house. Some things in my kitchen. We started on the spare bedroom. We got a lot out of it, but there's still a lot more that could come out. So yeah, there's still a lot to do. Alright, so you've seen this is easy, right? Let's get it put on the quilt. I think I have enough binding. I made quite a bit. Whatever I don't use on this quilt, I will use on another project, and I do have some left. So yeah, I roll it up into like a little bundle, and I am going to go make another cup of coffee. And next step is to put this binding on this quilt. Okay, so I have my binding, and all I have done is taken the end, folded it over, make a triangle shape, and folded it back over again and pressed it. But we're going to open this up. I have a 1/4 inch foot on, and let me make sure that I'm not on the wrong stitch, because I was messing with my buttons over here, and I might have hit something wrong. Nope. Okay, we're good. And I'm going to put my stitch down to about a 2. And I'm just going to sew with this open a little ways in. Okay. And then I'm going to cut my thread. I'm going to back it up. And I'm using a couple of different videos. And I am binding to the front, and I'm going to pull it to the back. So I'm going to start back over here, kind of down past that little foldaways. Okay. And now, and I just have my binding in a little, just a bag. Just holding it together down there at the bottom and my feet so it's not going everywhere. And I'm actually going to slow my machine down. And we're going to work our way all the way around the quilts. Easy, easy peasy. Alright, I'm almost to my first corner. So when I get to my corner, I'm going to come off and sew at a diagonal to the corner. Okay, give me a little slack on my and that's going to be kind of hard because I got a 1/4 inch foot on there. So I am actually, you know what? We're just going to take another stitch I'm going to back it up. I'm going to cut my thread. I'm not going to sew off to the corner. So that's two different ways you can do it. You could sew off to the edge. I could come down a little bit more. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to fold this over just like that. You guys, I don't know if you can see, we're just folding it over and bringing this point up to this corner. So when you lay your binding out, it should come, it should make a, it should just line right up with your quilt. Just should line up. I know it's hard to see. Like I said, I'm going to link 2 videos down below that will show you better from like a top view. And those are the 2 videos. Like if I forget, if I've not found something in a while, I will go back and watch those 2 videos to refresh myself. So now I'm going to fold this back down. I'm going to make sure this is even up here and this is even right here, so it looks like this. And if I was to hold this, you should have a little flap right up here. Okay, and I'm just going to hold this with my fingers. Just back under the foot there. Okay. And it is thick. I might... There you go. Just have to push a hair there. I do have a walking foot. And if you think it's too much for just too much thickness, use your walking foot. So now I'm just going to do all my corners this exact same way, because there's the corner, guys. So when we pull it around, we can make a mitered corner. And I'm going to go all the way around, and when I get to the end, and we're going to do this little ending tab, I'll show you. Okay, so I've gone all the way around my quilt, and I'm coming to my starting point. Okay, it's up here. Guys, I wish I could get you over here where you could see better what I'm doing. So here's my starting point. So I'm going to take this and cut it probably about here. You want some overlap, and then we're going to tuck the tail inside of this pocket. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. But there is, you know, stitched all the way around. All right, let's see if I can sit you back up here. I know this is not like the best setup in the world, but you know. So I'm just going to take my tail. I'm going to come maybe in, let's just say about, I'll even measure that, about 2 inches maybe. Do I have a ruler? Past this, the lowest part of the opening down here. So let's say, yeah, about 2 inches. So if I make a mistake, I have some play there, you know, I have some wiggle room. And we're just going to take this and tuck it the best that I can down inside of that little pocket. If I need to shorten that, I will. But I'm going to try not to have to shorten it. Yeah, let's shorten it just a hair. I mean a hair. Shorten it just a hair. And take my finger and just push it down in there. And then, there we go. There we go. Okay, for some reason, the phone just cut off. But this is what I have. It's just the tail is tucked inside of that pocket. You guys see that? So now all we have to do is flip everything around to the front. Let me show you the corners really fast. Here's a corner. There's the little flap. Sometimes I do cut some of this bulk out. It just depends on how my corner is laying to the front. And now we're going to flip everything to the front, and I do iron it. And I don't know yet if I want to machine sew it or hand sew it. And I will need to make me another bobbin. I'm surprised that one made it as far as it did. But yeah, so now I'm going to take all of this and just press it with the iron, and we're going to flip it to the front. I know, it's a lot. It's a lot. I know that. But that's the next step. Easy peasy. Press it again, and we're going to flip to the front. Scooch it back a hair. So this is what I have. Okay, that's the front. Okay, I've ironed it all out. I was going to show you the little pocket. Where did the pocket go? It's a lot of quilt. Okay, I thought I just had it in my hands. Well, okay, there it is. There it is. This is what the little pocket, see it? Little pocket looks like. I mean, it looks good. I think it did a good job. I've done it this way before. So when I pull it over to the back, it's going to look like this. So I don't know right now if I want to if I want to hand do this. I've never hand done one. But do I want to machine do it? Because if I hand do it, you will not see any other seams on the front of this quilt on the front. If I do it by machine, you're going to see the line from the machine. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to hand sew this. And I need a little needle and I need some thread. So I am going to hand stitch this one. I've never done one like that. So that's what we're going to do, guys. And that's going to take me a hot minute. Let me just bump you up so you can see me. I'm looking at my little needle. And I have some red thread. I think that would do good. You're not really going to see it that much on the back. So that is what I'm going to be spending my afternoon doing, is hand stitching this. I've never hand stitched one before, so I want to learn. Okay, so before I hand stitch it, I'm just laying it out on my table flat, folding it to the back, and taking my binding clips and going around and just clipping. I think that'll just help me keep everything neatly together and be in more control before I start stitching this on. But I ordered these on Amazon. I can leave them linked below. I'm not like an Amazon affiliate or anything. I've not even done like the Amazon storefront. So I don't get anything from that. I mean, I could. I've never checked into it. I know a lot of, YouTubers and influencers do the Amazon storefront. So I could do that. I haven't done it yet. If I do it, I will let you know down below in the description box. I do have a link to, if you'd like to buy me a coffee, keep me caffeinated. there is a link to buy me a coffee. And like I said, that is just to support me, to support the channel. It is not like anything. It's just buying me coffee, guys. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, there is a link down below for that. And then when I get to my corner, I'm just going to tuck it down and fold the top over. There's my corner. Did you guys see that? Just flip and flip again. And that actually done really good. And I'm just going to put a clip right on that corner for right now. Okay, just to show you guys what I'm doing, and I will leave the video for this link down below as well. The where I got the hand binding method is from Fabric Cafe. It's one of their latest videos. So I'm just, and I know it's going to be hard to see, teeny tiny little needle. I am coming in up under the binding and grabbing the backing fabric. Okay, there's my thread. So I'm actually coming behind where my thread is. No, you guys can't see that. There's my thread, okay? I'm actually going to back it up a hair. That's what I do, or what I'm doing. Then I'm going to come in through the backing. I'm going to go grab the binding. So my needle is now in the binding. I'm going to run it up about 1/4 inch in the very side edge of my binding. And then I'm just going to pull it through. So this is very similar to how they did it in Fabric Cafe. And it's fine. It's doing great. It's just going to take me a while. So again, there's my thread. Okay. Coming just right behind my thread. So I'm kind of backing up. I'm grabbing the backing. Then I'm going to catch it into the binding, the very edge of the binding. Had to flip you up. So it's been probably, it's been about an hour, maybe, if that long, and I've gotten about halfway around, you know, altogether, about halfway. So my fingertips are definitely, can you see how red my fingertips are though? But yeah, there's the back. And here's the front. It's not bad. And again, I'm using red thread. Here's the front of that corner. That's I always have one corner that just does not want to cooperate, no matter what I do. But yeah, happy with it so far. I am actually taking a break for lunch and eating a peanut butter and jelly, and I will get this edited and posted and up. Here's the other corner. That corner did great. But yep. And I've just got my clips on there holding everything together. So I'm taking a peanut butter and jelly break. And that's it, guys. That's how I am binding this quilt. As always, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys on the next one.